Just a bunch of random questions that pop in my head. I'm gonna ask you probably some questions about girls and probably not. And it's not gonna be
Okay,
sexual.
fair
Alright,
enough.
Ben. So what's your type of female? What do you look for in a girl?
My type of female? Well, as a taken man, I can say the female that I have right now is a very lovely woman. She got
Mm-hmm.
brown hair, she got blue eyes. I'm not gonna say any more because we don't want to get the video demonetized. Um, yeah, you know what I mean. But a girl that's loving, girl that's caring, a girl that realizes like if you have trust issues or something like that, that always helps. Always being there for you and everything. It just means a lot.
Okay, Ben. In all the okay, I'm not gonna say all the relationships, Ben. This might make you cry when I say this, but or it might make you get a little sad. But what's the hardest thing you had in your life that really made you think
Are we talking relationship wise or are we talking about in general?
in general?
In general, the hardest thing that happened in my life, like you're saying the most traumatizing or like the thing that most impacted my life?
The thing that like brings you down, if you know what I mean, like something that like makes you sad.
Well, personal note, it's about my dad. He was in 9/11, as you know, and he's had strokes and stuff like that, and they're getting worse and worse. So whenever I see my dad in pain or something like that, man, it just brings me the fuck down.
Okay, if there's one
That was
thing,
a little that was a little over the top. But
okay,
anyways, going ahead.
if there's one thing you could change in your life right now, like about anything, like about any of your relatives, that like not saying like saying dead or alive, like whatever impacted you the most about like what you said, like what would it be?
Get rid of my dad's disease. 1,000% get rid of his disease. No question of fucking about it, man. I don't care about myself in this scenario, dude. And I put other people in front of myself, and that's what I would want.
Okay, Ben, knowing that we've been friends for 3 years, like almost 3 years, maybe two,
Huh?
or what's the worst thing that that you've heard come out of my mouth, like about a girl?
Oh my god, I can't even say that on
No, no,
YouTube.
no.
Like it's not allowed.
I'm saying like, what's the worst thing that you've ever heard that a girl's done to me before? That's what I'm saying. Like,
Oh, definitely cheated on you. Definitely cheated on you. Because I know you've been cheated on multiple times, and it's just not good, bro. And then they
okay,
talk shit, and then they talk shit about you, and then it just goes downhill.
okay. I'm gonna say this, Ben, and you should be able to answer this because I did this in 2K20. What was my worst breakup that we went on a win game streak in 2K20?
Oh my god. Wait, are you asking me to remember her name or the highest win streak we went on?
No, like when the time when I was drinking, like
Oh
was
my
I'm saying
god.
I'm saying was that my
That
worst
was
breakup or was that word or
yeah,
was it okay?
yeah, yeah. Dude, that was a good night though.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
we
even
went on
gonna
11
lie.
games, didn't we? I
We went
remember
on
that.
11 game. It was just a great night.
Okay, Ben, if there's one thing like you could personally change about yourself today, like I'm saying like okay, I'm not gonna say this like to mean in a bad way, but like if you could change like one thing in your life that would like physically make you different
Okay,
as
so
a person now, like what would you
okay,
do?
physically different or are we talking like emotionally different?
Okay. When I say this, I'm saying like if you could stop.
Change one thing about yourself
Okay,
right
so
now. Is
so
that
what
what
I,
you're saying?
so what I'm trying to say is like that if you could go back in time and say like you never smoked, like would you do that or would you do something else? That's what I'm saying.
I feel like honestly, hold up, give me 1 second here. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
Okay, so like what I said, like Would you
If I
rather?
could,
So like,
okay, if I
yeah.
could change one thing in my life and I wouldn't even say that. I'm being genuinely honest. I wouldn't say that. I feel like I should have kept my wits about myself when going into a relationship because I feel like I would be a lot more different. Because if you think about it, your first heartbreak is the one that really starts it all. And it starts your trust issues, it starts your loyalty issues, like all of that. If you if I could be in the relationship that I am in right now for my first time, I wish I could. Like that
Okay.
is my wish.
From a man-to-man stance, right?
All
Do
right.
you stand by the code of don't trust bitches, or do you stand by the code of let me try trusting her, and let's see where this goes?
Now, I thought you were gonna say bros before hoes because you said
No.
guy code. But anyways, listen, we keep it okay. I'm gonna have to go into more detail about this because I know what you mean by this, but I've thought about this as well. We stay in friends, see how she acts as friends. Then, if I see that she's a reasonable candidate, then take it to the next level.
Okay,
See
but
what I mean?
from your prior trust issues, right? Like
Hmm.
how they've impacted you, like is your trust easy to gain, or does it just like take a while?
Ooh, it takes a bit. I'll give
Like
you that. It takes a fucking minute. It takes a while.
like by a while, do you mean like months, weeks?
I'm talking a month, 2 months at least. That's at least.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this, Ben, and you gotta be genuinely honest, and I hope your girlfriend hears this too. Okay, so the girl with you right now, right? Are you planning on
Hmm.
making her your wife?
Well, if I can, yeah.
Ask your girlfriend this too. I want to hear her say it. Say, say, Ricardo wants to know for a YouTube video. Are you planning on making me your husband one someday?
Hey, baby. Can you answer me this question real quick? Would you make me your husband in the future? Would you make me? It's for Ricardo's little YouTube video thingy. If if we stayed together all the way through, would you want me to be your husband? Okay. There you go, Ricardo.
All right, Ben. So,
Hold up.
assuming you're with this girl, right?
What's up?
Okay, so assuming you're with the girl now, right? Do you
Hmm.
plan like, okay, do you see a future with her, or are you just
Oh
like
fuck
taking
yeah.
it slow?
I see a future with her. 100%. No
Okay,
question about
if there's one person you could see that is dead, right? That is one of your family members, what would the last thing you want to say to them before they die again, if they came back?
it. Honestly, I feel like the one thing that you could say, well, there's two things. I'll always remember you is one of them, and two, that I love you. Like to any family member, like that. Yeah,
Okay, friend.
100%.
Okay, Ben, what do you think impacts you more, right? Losing a friend who dies, right? That you've known for like through middle school all the way to high school, or you say a family member?
Depends on what family member. I'm gonna be honest,
Okay, which one
because
do you think impacted you more?
there's some family members that you barely associate with, but there's family members that have always been there.
Okay,
So it depends on the family member.
okay, Ben,
I
this
mean,
one might hit you hard when I say this, but I'm just
that's
gonna
gonna
say
sound
it.
fucked up. That sounds fucked up when I said that. But yeah,
Okay,
keep going.
so would you rather lose your grandpa right now, right? I know this one's gonna hit you. Would you rather you lose your grandpa, right? Or you lose me as a friend entirely and I'm dead and you get shot on the streets?
Now the thing is, buddy, I don't have a grandpa.
I know, I'm saying like which one impact you more, me dying or your grandpa?
Well, here's the thing. Right now, since he hasn't, well, basically, he was in my life when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
So my emotions back then were not what they are today. And if he was still alive today, and I was still talking to him, I'm sorry, I would say him. But since he has been dead for 6 years, I would be very, very sad if you died.
Okay, Ben, I hope you know this. Don't take this to heart. But this is like something I'm gonna say, and like you should like realize that I really care about you when I say this. I appreciate like everything you done with me, like being a good friend, like being there for me whenever girls like hurt me or whatever. But like if it ever were to come down to it, and someone was gonna beat you up or threaten to kill you or something, I'd be on my way.
Dude, same for you, man.
Like
100%.
I genuinely pull up, bring a gun, and I tell them what's up because that's just messed
I'm
up.
dead serious, bro. That's the same thing between me to you.
Like that's just messed up. Like, cause I know, like we both know who King Von is. Lil Durk wasn't there for King Von, but what I'm trying to say is we're not.
You my King Von. Except you still breathing, cuz.
But what I'm trying to say is like we're like that. Like it's not like me and
Yeah.
you are in the rapping thing together, but like I'm like that with you, like cause like we've been together. Like I know you can rap a little bit, but like you know,
Mm-mm.
I mean,
Nah, I'm
on
like the
some
wannabe.
freestyles.
Some. But like that ass though, if you think about it, man, we are two very different people.
Genuinely, if you met me in person, I think you would like think different of me because like I don't act like I act on the game.
I mean, dude, I don't either. And
Like on the
like most people don't.
game, I'm all
But
jokes and crap. But like if in person, like I would be completely different. Like I wouldn't get mad like over someone talking about like dead people unless like
yeah.
they took it to extreme.
What's up, baby? Hey, that's what the fuck is up. Good shit.
Okay.
You got this. I believe in you. Alright, sorry. Straight up though, Ricardo, think about this. Physically, we're two different people. Like very different people. Okay, baby. Um, think about it. You were 5'5" and Mexican. I am 6'4" and pale as fuck. Wait, am I? I think I'm 6'5". I don't know. One of the two. But like straight up though, we are two very different people.
Okay, Ben, I'm gonna ask you a genuinely question and you give me an answer, okay?
Like a Wait, what do you mean by that?
Like
A genuine
I'm gonna ask you a question
question?
about sports and like if you see
Oh,
yourself
okay.
like okay. So if you would have started out as a little kid, right, playing basketball, would you see yourself as a future like going to college and trying to go to the NBA like Kobe Bryant?
Oh, that's what I'm doing right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to go to the NBA. I don't think I'm gonna make it because I'm white. Who said that? Anyways, it's gonna be difficult, but hard work, dedication, getting in the right mindset is like all crucial. People think it's physical ability, which is very true. But if you don't have the right mental state, you're screwed.
Okay, Ben. Physically, when you get older, right? Like me, like
Mhm.
I'm not as old. I'm not really that much older than you. But do you think it's gonna be hard growing up, like as a full adult?
No.
Do you think like you're gonna be like one of those kids who are like crying back to their parents, like, "Oh, what do I do?" Or you're
Oh
gonna be like,
no. No. I'm ready to live on my own. I basically do already.
"Okay, after all the bullcrap you've been through in your entire life, right?
Hmm.
Would you rather have the chance to move out now or stay with your dad and try to help it?"
Move out now. I would like to move out now. Like, if I'm gonna be dead serious, man, if I was able to get a stable job where I was able to afford what I needed to afford and still have a little bit of extra wiggle room for me to even still pay for other things, I would. Because I haven't been able to help my dad. I haven't whatsoever. I'm the one who sits back and watches it all because there's nothing that I can do. My mom, on the other hand, knows everything she needs to know. to make sure that he is A-okay. And I know that probably sounds like the biggest dick move of all time,
Hmm.
but I know that he is in good hands. That's what I'm trying to say.
See, I feel like it's not a dick move, but it seems like it because most people would look at it from a different perspective, as if, oh, you don't give a fuck about your dad, but in
Oh,
reality,
that
you
is,
do. But it's because you don't know what you're really doing because you're just a young teen, like kind of how
yeah.
I am. So you don't really know how to help them. You can look it up, but the internet's not always true, and we both know
And
that.
the internet, and my dad has a disease that not many in the people in the world have.
Yeah. So if you were to look it up, some people are gonna be like, "What the fuck is that? Like, how do you help
Yeah,
that?" It's not gonna be
yeah.
like, it's not gonna be like, "Oh,
And it's
found
an
it."
incurable disease.
What disease is it?
It's called Wegener's disease. It's from when, okay, so when 9/11 happened, he was 1 block away when the first tower fell,
Hmm.
right? And everybody's evacuating out of the second building that can be evacuated, and he got entrapped in the smoke. So
Hmm.
all that smoke from the debris went into his lungs.
Hmm.
Now he gets strokes. He's not able to smell for the rest of his life. He can crush ribs when he coughs. Whenever he gets sick, like say he has a cold, it's fucking extreme. So like, let me give you a better like idea. He gets COVID, he dies.
Okay.
Like, I'm dead serious. He gets COVID, he dies. What's up, Dad? Alrighty, I am back. Sorry about that.
Oh, what did he want? He was just asking what you're talking about.
No, he was bringing me in my notes that I needed for my tomorrow's test because I
Okay.
printed them off and he grabbed them for me.
Okay. So considering he has this disease, right? You said he works in the CIA, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So then, how does he deal with this, like on a daily basis, as working in the CIA? If you know what I mean, like, does it affect him while he's working, or does it just happen like
Medicine. He
randomly?
has like it depends on what you're talking about. Like his flare-ups. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, like, does it just like happen out of nowhere, or is it just like,
It can happen it can happen at any time. It
okay,
it depends. He has to take a lot of medication. Like literally, he has 35 pills that he has to take every morning.
okay? My question is to you, right? Like, does this hurt you daily? Seeing your dad hurt, or is it just like it hurts for the time being,
No, it
and then
hurts. It fucking hurts. Every fucking day it hurts. There's literally it's watching someone go through agony while you can't do shit about it. That's basically the gist. Like it's pretty shitty, man.
okay, could you say like growing up, your life was hard in leading to this, your dad, or you say like it just got
Well,
worse when it happened?
it got worse, but I'm not saying that my life was bad. He's still able to keep his job. He works from home. He makes a fuck ton of money. Like life wasn't bad growing up, but there was some moments in my life when I wish that my dad was healthy. Like I wish he was healthy all the time. But I'm saying like when I was younger, sometimes I would ask him to come play with me outside or something like that and he couldn't because it was so bad where he barely could get out of bed in the morning.
So you're saying like if this wouldn't have happened to him, you wish now, like going years back as growing up as a teenager, that you wish that he could have been there to go outside and
He
have
could
fun with you rather than
yeah,
just sitting there and being like half disabled because he couldn't do anything.
yeah, yeah.
So
That's what I'm saying.
does this
Thank
like
you.
affect you emotionally like today when you're looking back at it like, oh, I wish dad could
Yeah,
have
of
been
course,
there to
man.
help.
Of course, dude. Every day. It's pretty shitty, man. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, has there been moments like where you sat there and broke down and cried because you can help your dad, or you just like
I'm gonna
Just
be
think
honest
of
with you,
it.
man. Fuck yeah. There's been moments like that all the time. Just sitting there, like literally, whenever he had his stroke for the first time, I couldn't do anything. I just sat there. Like you can't do anything about it. The only thing you can do is call fucking 911 and call them to help you. That's all you can do.
I mean, has there ever been a moment like where you call 911, right? And the cops, like the paramedics, were like, "Oh, step away," like been like dick about it to you, or were they just
Yeah,
like, were they
they've
ever
been
just
like
like,
that multiple times.
and I guess they're like, "Oh, get out of the way, you don't know what you're doing," some crap like that.
Yeah. Yep. Actually, yep. Dead words. Same exact words.
And what'd you tell them?
I said, this is, I literally screamed at the top of my fucking lungs, like, this is my fucking dad.
What'd they say?
They were like, you need to step away. And they kept on doing it, and they shoved him in the fucking ambulance and left. Dude, it's just fucking heartbreaking, man, watching something like that happen to someone
Okay,
and not being able to do shit
does
about
this
it.
does this impact you more than like you getting your heart broke by a
Oh,
girl?
fuck yeah. They couldn't fucking compare. Couldn't even fucking compare. Like, some people, like, okay, especially with this COVID shit, man, people piss me off because some people don't wear their masks and stuff like that. And I know, like, people are like, they're uncomfortable, all that bullshit. But please fucking wear it. Like, holy shit, it's not that fucking difficult. And people with family members who don't have autoimmune diseases, some of those motherfuckers are just like, I'm invulnerable. I don't care. Nothing's gonna happen. And I've seen people like that. And
Mm-hmm.
it's so stupid seeing them like that because they don't realize that other people live on this fucking planet too, buddy.
Okay, I want to ask you something. I'm going to bring up a debate that I heard in the car the other day from a radio talksman. You tell me how you feel about it. So he was going on about the fact that what's the point of wearing masks? We understand, like we get it. It's just bullshit that we shouldn't wear masks because you're only supposed to wear masks if you need to be socially distant, right? And he was talking about that the fact that what's the point of wearing a mask and all these states going on lockdown if people want to hang out, like have family gatherings. And he was saying that, oh, yeah, I'm sorry that you can't be invited to our family gatherings. Like, what if our family members don't have COVID and we're just hanging out? Like, why is there limitations for us to have a gathering?
Okay, first of all, there's fucking no goddamn limitations. Nothing's fucking stopping you from getting together with your family. Great. They got fucking COVID tested, came back negative. Wonderful. Go fucking see them. I couldn't give a shit. But here's the fucking thing. Wear a fucking mask in a public fucking place. If you don't want to wear a mask in your own fucking home with family members around you, it doesn't matter. You know they're safe. You're fine. It's not fucking important if you wear a mask in your own fucking home. You don't need to do that.
Okay,
But when going out into a public space with multiple different people of all ages, you need to, because the older people are more susceptible to it, as well with the young kids. And also motherfuckers with autoimmune diseases. Like, don't be selfish for like one fucking second. Like,
okay.
holy shit.
I want to ask you something, right? Say, like, I'm not saying this is going to happen to you in the future, but, like, if a news reporter did come up to you, right, and he asked this individual question, and he said, so how do you feel about this whole entire COVID thing about people not wearing masks? Would you bring the part up where your dad isn't, like, needs, like, say if your dad has the disease and you tell him, like, oh,
I'll
like, you need to
mention it.
protect people. Okay. So what if he looks at it from a different state of view and says, well, what if not everyone's like your dad and can die from COVID? What are you going to
Well,
say
then
then?
congratulations, you're just being fucking selfish. Like, I'm dead serious, man, and it's just not my dad that is susceptible to it, man. There's like at least there's millions of fucking people just like that. They don't have the same diseases, but if they get COVID, they can die. Like, here, let me give you another example. I totally forget what, and I'm not about to ask right now, but My girlfriend's mom has a disease, and it hasn't affected her physically, but it affects her like on the inside. And if she gets it, she is going to be in a lot of fucking pain, and she could also die. There's other people in this world besides you, sweetheart. Grow a fucking pair of nuts for 5 fucking minutes when you go out to a fucking store and wear your fucking mask. That is literally the exact thing that I would say to a reporter. I'm being dead serious. People piss me off. Like, honestly. Okay, let me tell you a story. Yesterday, wait 1 second. What's up, baby? Okay, sorry about that. So back to what I was saying.
Mhm.
My story is yesterday I went to Wawa, right? Because I went to go get myself a fucking goddamn hoagie because I was craving a fucking sandwich. Okay? Got myself some snacks too. Got some stuff for my dad because he wanted some fucking Pringles. And I went in and got those things. So there's a little line. I'm like the third person in line because they're only rocking one cashier. Granted, it's like fucking 10 o'clock at night, right? And I look over at the woman in front of me, and she has no fucking mask. She's just sitting there. She's having her dandy old time. She's sitting on her fucking phone. She's got to be like a 50-year-old woman sitting on her phone, minding her own business, probably scrolling through Facebook. And the lady at the cash register said, "Listen, ma'am, you need to wear a mask when you're walking in here." And she said, "No, I don't." And she says, "Yes, you do. It's a store policy. If you want to be served here, you have to wear a mask." And she goes, "No, I don't. I have my rights." And I was like, I literally tapped her on the shoulder and I said, "Listen, you don't have your rights when you're in a establishment that has a set of rules that you have to abide by when you're inside of the store." And she says, "You know nothing. You're just a kid." And I was like, "Oh my god." I literally put down my shit. I walked up to the cash register. There was the dude paying. I said I said to the dude who was paying, I said, "Listen, man, I'm sorry. I need to leave." And he was like, "Okay, I understand, man." And the fucking lady at the cashier said, "I'm so sorry." And I walked out of that place and I screamed bitch the loudest that I possibly could. And she started running after me and I said, "What are you going to do? What are you going to do?" And she said, "I'm going to call the police." And I said, "What are you going to call the police on?" And she was like, "You're being rude." And I was like, "Call the fucking police then. Call the fucking police. I don't give a shit." And I fucking went in my car and I drove off. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm sorry. I know this for your youth video, but I wish I would have hit her. I'm not even gonna lie. I wish I hit her.
You know what you should have said, done, Ben? Should have dropped your shit, right? And said, "You know what? I'm fucking tired of your bullshit. You don't want to listen to the store? You don't want to listen to me. I may be some kid, but god damn it, I know for a fucking fact, if you
That
were in
you
my
are
dad,
one stupid ass.
you know what you should have said? If you were in my fucking position and you had someone like my dad who has a fucking disease like this and could easily die from it, how the fuck would you feel, huh? And you say
Dude,
it to her like that. You say it to her like that, man. And you know if she says, "Oh, I wouldn't give a fuck," and you know what you say? Well, you know what? Take your fucks out the fucking store when I beat the fuck out of you for saying some dumb shit like that.
yo, bro, I was this close to Ray Rice in a bitch. Like I was close.
And
I
you know,
was so close.
you should have told the store employees. You know, you should have said, "Can you kick this bitch out? Like, I understand that she's calling me a little kid and shit, but she might not know what she's talking about. She just
Yeah.
sounded like she was going on and on." I would have said some shit like that. Or what you should have said is, "Turn your ass around, bitch. Say it again." Then she would turn around and said, "I'll tell you the cops on you. You're just a little fucking kid."
Like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Right, what are the
What you
cops
gonna
gonna
do?
do? Is she gonna file harassment report?
He's been calling me a bitch, and I
And
don't like it.
and you know what I said? You know what I said to him? And I was like, she wasn't wearing a mask in a public establishment when they clearly have a fucking sign on both their fucking doors to please wear a mask.
Man, you know what made me laugh in person?
Hmm.
If you would have just said, "Bitch, keep breathing, cuz." When she said I was gonna call the cops, you should have said, "Just keep it breathing, cuz."
You know what I should have said?
What?
Walked out of the store, be like, bitch, hope you get COVID.
What did the store people say about you? Did they say anything to
Hey,
you?
No, they said to me, like, as soon as I was leaving, the store clerk lady she was like, "I'm so sorry," and I was like, "It's fine." When I was like, "Bitch," one of the fucking store employees making the sandwiches was like, "Oh shit."
They're like, "Oh."
Oh damn.
He was probably already eating a sandwich, and he goes, "What the fuck
Oh
did I
shit.
just hear?"
What was that? Is that all the questions, buddy?
Okay, I'm gonna ask one more question. Right, this is the last
One
one,
more.
and you
One
can be
more.
done
Alright.
talking, but you don't have to leave the Discord server because I'm gonna get bored.
Well,
But
I need to go talk to my female. She about to fall asleep.
oh, really? Cuz so we're choosing your host over? I'm just kidding. But my last question is: if you could become a famous YouTuber, what game would you choose?
What game would I choose to become a famous YouTuber at?
Yeah, like would you choose multiple games, or would it just be one game that you blow up off of?
Multiple.
Like,
Because, like, I don't want to blow off. Well, I mean, question. When I blow up off that specific game, am I eventually allowed to switch to a new one?
well, duh, because every YouTuber does that.
Well, yeah, then I would do that.
All right, Ben. Thank you for the the question answers to my question. I'm gonna end the video, and yeah,
Dude, this is gonna be a banger of a video.
it was better than what I was
Literally
thinking of.